Hi Mum, and hey again to anyone else practicing with me today. We're now up to episode 8 in the Real Yoga for My Mum beginners series, and last week we worked on our core. So today we'll still be working on our core, but not as we sort of know it. So we generally think that the core is our six-pack rock hard abs, but the core is pretty much this whole midsection. So we'll be strengthening our core muscles related to our back body. And these are really important to strengthen because they're the muscles that help us sit up tall and have good posture and essentially help us perform our daily tasks in the most safe and efficient way to keep our body nice and healthy. So this one is going to be a little intense. We'll take it nice and easy, follow our breath, grab your stretchy pants, and when you're ready, I'll meet you on the mat. Okay, let's get started today in a child's pose. We don't want the knees really together and we don't want them super wide. Bring the knees just a little wider than hip distance apart. Sit on your heels and start to walk the hands forward. And you want to feel that the ribs are slightly touching the thighs. So I'm going to walk my knees in a little more until I found that connection of my ribs and my thighs. And if that's never ever going to happen for you, then don't worry about it so much. And then gently bring the forehead down to the mat. The arms can be pretty soft for this one. And start to come into your breath. So taking a deep breath in. And exhale, release. Breathe in and feel that your rib cage starts to press against your thighs. And then exhale again, release everything. Try to find some heaviness in the lower back. So with this core practice today, we're really targeting the lower back muscles and mostly the whole area of this lower part of our back, which is still our core. It's still the center of our body and the part of our body that we use to move and support us every day. So in saying that, we want to make sure our spine is nice and warmed up. So we want to move it in a couple of different directions before we start doing some crazy stuff. So in saying that, start to walk the fingertips over to the left. So you can spidey crawl the fingertips to the left side. And then when you feel you've gone far enough, release the head back down again. And start to feel this length in the right side of the body. See if you can send your breath into your right rib cage. See if you can breathe into both sides of the lungs evenly now. Nice, and then walk back through center and all the way over to the right side this time. Coming to wherever feels good and releasing the head back down to the earth. Feeling this big stretch across the left side body now. And breathing into both sides of the body evenly. Nice, and then walking the fingertips back through center, press into the hands, and then already we'll start to engage the belly, turn it on. So squeeze the belly button in, and then use that to lift you up onto all fours. Great. So we'll set ourselves up for greatness here, bringing the wrists directly underneath the shoulders and the knees straight underneath the hips. Tops of the feet come down to the mat, press into the mat here. Let's just warm up the spine with a few rounds of CatCow. So we've done this one before. As you inhale, drop the belly, curl the butt up to the sky, lift the chin. And then exhale, opposite direction. Press into the mat as you squeeze the belly button up, 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 round through the spine. Again, inhale, drop the belly, looking up. And exhale, rounding through the spine, chin to chest. Nice. Inhale, let's come back through center. All right, and this is when it's gonna start getting serious. Let's tuck the right toes underneath us, send the right leg out long. shift the body forward and backwards. See how much you can do this moving the body in one straight line. So keep the arms and the hands really strong, keep the belly strong. Just starting to get a bit of a stretch in that calf muscle. Great, and then come to stillness. Really press away from the mat here. Start to draw the belly in, not crazy lows that you can't breathe anymore, just enough to know that you're not dumping down here. We're not leaving our weight all saggy. Great, and then let's bring our awareness to that right leg. So press the heel back behind you. Start to engage the top of the right thigh. So bring your awareness to the top of the right thigh and then send it up towards the sky. So that leg is really strong, and then use that engagement in the thigh muscle to lift the leg up off the mat. Heel in line with the hip. Great, hands are strong here. Press into your foundation. If this is enough, stay here. Otherwise, really press into your right hand, press into the top of the left foot, and then maybe reach the left arm out long. Beautiful. So this is sort of half of what we're going to be doing down on our bellies a bit later. So really reach the left hand forward like someone's pulling your wrist away from you. At the same time, feel that same reach like someone's pulling you from the right ankle back. So we're reaching really long, belly's strong, back is strong. Big breath in here. And exhale, release, bring everything back to center. You can come off the wrists if it's a bit much. Whew. Tough already. Okay. And then we'll come back to all fours. All right, set yourself up again, tuck the left toes this time, and then if it feels nice, you can start to shift forwards and backwards. Just to start to feel this connection from the whole body. So from the core, belly button drawing in slightly, arms are really strong, legs are starting to feel nice and strong. All right, come back to center. Same engagement in the thigh, the quad muscle. So really press back with that left heel, engage the quad, lift it up towards the sky, and then use that lift to bring the foot off the mat. Great. Heel is in line with the hip here, and we're drawing the belly button in, lower ribs come in. So we're not dumping all our weight. Everything's really super strong. Beautiful. Press into the top of the right foot now. Press into the left hand, and if it feels good for you, reach the right arm forward. Beautiful. So really reach in opposite directions. Keep the center of your body engaged. So we're not dumping out here. We're not going to let the belly dip and let our arms and hands flail around. We're really strong. Big breath in. And exhale, bring the hands back. You can bring the toes together, the knees go wide. Give yourself a little break. Child's pose. Bring the forehead down to the mat. If it feels nice, you can wiggle about side to side a little bit. Come back to the breath. All right, from here, press into the hands, look in between your hands, and we'll slide forward all the way down onto the belly. Okay, so let us begin. You're like, what? I thought we already did. All right, so let's start with the hands underneath, about next to the rib cage. And then from here, squeeze the elbows in towards one another. So this is our first setup. My nose is too big, so my forehead, if it comes down to the mat, my neck does this really weird crunchy thing. So for me, it's kind of nice to leave my chin or like kiss my mat, even though it's a little stinky, not so fun to do. So if it feels good for you to keep your forehead down, go ahead. You might just give yourself a little break, or your chin, or whatever is working for you. And then start to lift one leg at a time, send the legs back long. So our legs are super long here. Press into the tops of the feet strongly, and then press the pelvic bone down towards the mat. So you'll feel like your knees lift off of the mat here. The legs are really engaged. And we want to keep that as we inhale, roll the shoulders back and lift the chest. Bhujangasana or Cobra pose. Keep the gaze slightly forward of the mat, but we don't want to crank the neck and look ahead of us. So we're keeping the gaze low. Keep pressing into the tops of the feet. Inhale, breath here. And exhale, come down. You can make a pillow for your hands. Take the head to one side. Give the hips a little bit of a wiggle. Alright, so that's Cobra option 1. Bring the hands next to the rib cage again. Beautiful. Really squeeze the elbows in towards one another so the chest is nice and lifted. Again, find this engagement in the legs, so really press into the toenails, press into the pubic bone, and then inhale to lift the shoulders off the mat. The minute you start to feel any fussiness in the lower back, come down slightly more towards the mat. So we don't want to pinch any nerves in this very precious part of our body. It's all about engaging the core. All right, stay lifted here and exhale, lower. Nice, one more time. Feet are engaged, legs are strong. Inhale, lift up, roll the shoulders back. And then to make sure that our legs are doing all the work and our lower back is strong here, lift the hands off the mat. Beautiful, we'll hover here for 3, 2, and on the 1, bring the hands to the earth, make a pillow, and roll your face to the opposite side. You can wiggle out the hips if it feels good. Nice, and then we'll come back to center. This time, lift up slightly higher, bring the elbows underneath the shoulders. We want to spread our fingers really, really wide here. And generally, we have a bit of a tendency to let our elbows splay out to the sides. So see how much you can really draw the elbows in so the forearms are parallel. Fingers are wide. And again, scoot your legs back a little so the legs are really long through the lower half of the body. Press into the tops of the feet. Press the pelvic bone down to the earth. So the legs are super strong. Roll the shoulders back. Inhale to lift. And then exhale as you feel like your heart is pressing forward in between your chest. Like that scene in Alien when, I don't want to give it away for anyone. If you know Alien, you know the scene. So really, really lift, press the heart forward, super strong legs here, everything's engaged. This is called Sphinx pose. So the gaze is straight ahead. Inhale. And exhale, release. You can again make a little pillow for your hands. Give the hips a bit of a wiggle from side to side. Beautiful. All right, so already those are 2 really strong poses for our lower back muscles and our core. So the core, when we're referring to it today, it's our strong back. The next one we're going to do is kind of hard. So if those 2 are really intense, you can keep playing around with those. So either Cobra, elbows back, really pressing to the feet, lifting the chest, or we can have a little play in what we call locust pose. So forehead comes down to the mat. If you have a big nose like me, just be aware that you don't want to crunch so much in the chin. So if you need to sort of be lippy chinny to the mat, then this is where you're at. All right, you really want to press into the tops of the feet here. Roll the shoulders back, so all the same sort of cues. Let's set up with a breath. So first let's inhale, and then as you exhale, start to draw the belly button in. So squeeze, squeeze, squeeze all those abdominal muscles that we worked on last week, and then keep that engagement as you press into the tops of the feet and lift the chest, lift the hands off the mat. Beautiful, I know it's super strong here. Gaze is down and slightly ahead of you. Really pressing to the tops of the feet, breath in, and exhale, release back down. Whew, hardcore, right? It's really intense. All right, this time we'll keep the top body down and see if we can lift the legs. So bring your face back to neutral. And again, really press into the pelvic bone. Set up with breath, so inhale here. Exhale, really squeeze, squeeze, squeeze all those belly muscles in. This time, press the hands into the mat. As you inhale, lift the feet off the mat. Maybe the thighs come off the mat as well. Really reach through the legs so the lower back stays nice and long. Big breath in. And exhale, release. You can turn the head to one side if that's more comfortable for you. Give the hips another wiggle. Okay, we ready for the main event? Face comes back to neutral. So this time we're going to lift our chest off the mat and our feet off the mat. Again, if this is already, you're having issues with the lower back, don't do this. Come back to this video a couple more times after you've done a bit more practice and you're feeling strong. Or when you're ready, inhale here. Exhale, squeeze the belly in, squeeze all those muscles in, press the pelvic bone into the mat, and then hold all that contraction as you inhale. Lift the chest, lift the hands, lift the feet, maybe the thighs come off the mat, reach the fingertips back, lift up through the chest, shoulders back. Beautiful, we're here for one breath in, and exhale, make a pillow with the hands. Release everything. Super strong work. Give the butt a bit of a wiggle from side to side. I'm sure this looks great on camera. And then bring the shoulders underneath the hips. And underneath the hips, hands underneath the shoulders. And send the hips back towards the heels. Come back to a really gentle child's pose. If there's someone practicing in the room next to you, maybe you can take turns getting a little rub down, a little back massage. Might feel nice. And then gently walk the hands back up, move the feet to one side, and come down into a comfortable seat. Okay, how's your back feeling? Your lower back particularly. Might be a little tight, and that's really normal. Just take it easy. Sit up really tall, close down the eyes. Take a few breaths here. See if you can send your inhale breath into your lower back. Sometimes it helps to bring the hands into this area, just to find a bit of a connection. And then release the hands from the lower back if that's where you put them. Bring them together in prayer position at the heart. Inhale, lift the chin. And then exhale to bow the chin towards the thumbs in a gesture of gratitude for coming to the mat today, for your incredible body, and for anything else that you feel really grateful for today or this week or this month. Let that thing bring a gentle smile to the lips. As you inhale, lift the chin and open the eyes. Thanks so much for practicing with me today. I'll see you next time. Namaste.